Hello, this is Daniel from KC Allied Health, and today we're looking at my grubby old work shoes. These shoes I have had since February. It is August now, and I would like to show you how the wear patterns have developed on the bottom of them. You'll notice on my right shoe, which you'll see on your left, I've worn out a great deal of the tip here, and the star shape has been rubbed raw. Whereas if I look at the other shoe, you'll notice that the star shape is still preserved, and most of the wear seems to happen a little bit off to the side of it. Comparatively, the heels of the shoes don't appear to be very worn out at all. Well, why could this be? Well, to give you a little bit of an idea of my own history, I have a history of a fracture at the base of my right foot around the fifth metatarsal. And on my left foot, I suspect I had a fracture in the base of the first met, that's the big toe, in my one and only attempt at parkour. I've also spent the past 6 years trying to train myself in minimalist footwear, which has involved seeing if I could train myself to land with a forefoot and midfoot strike rather than a heel strike. I have a history of overpronation in my feet. I, by default, have a very flat and flexible foot type, and you can sometimes see this over time in shoes, especially leather shoes. These shoes don't show it too much, but if you look very carefully at the left shoe here, you'll notice that the tongue of the shoe is drifting inwards to the right in a medial direction compared to the middle of the heel, and that the leather itself seems like it's trying to warp itself over to the right. You'll see something a little bit like that on the right shoe, but perhaps not quite as much. So what does all this mean in the end? Well, it would appear that I've worn out my shoes asymmetrically, and this could be due to the fractures that I've mentioned already in my history, and it could be that I've been trying to avoid using those particular broken areas, and I've been putting too much load onto other areas. For those people who rely on good shoes, such as runners, any sort of athlete, or tradies, it may be a good idea to have a look at the wear patterns of your own shoes. Our next step is to use a gait scan and record my gait, that is my walking in slow motion, to see where the problem lies.